Welcome back. Well, I guess this is technically welcome back. This is a bonus episode of the Village group chat.
I was about to say, technically, we're not officially starting the season yet. We're just partnered with Pastor Battle in the new series that he's began. I believe it was last week. So technically, you could say
it's welcome back for now to this bonus episode of the Village group chat. I'm Selikka Wood.
Yep, and I'm Mike Rogers. I was going to say Pastor Mike, but I don't want to.
Yeah, Pastor Mike Rogers.
Rough when he feathers. Yeah.
Oh, why you think I'm jealous? You think I want to be a pastor or something? Okay, but
as you can see, we have not. We're picking up right where we left off.
Yep, we don't miss a beat. The goal of this podcast is to offer hope and encouragement and practical tips as we navigate our family's journey, and hopefully it encourages you to, helps you along your journey as well.
Yeah. I don't know why you was looking at that camera. We talking.
I mean, but you know this. I'm talking to our viewers.
Okay. Hey, viewers. Definitely. But no, all seriousness, we really are utilizing this platform, the family ministry that we co-lead. We're grateful for the opportunity. If you're checking in from YouTube or Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, we really just want to be
out there.
A village.
Yeah, so the purpose of this episode, this bonus episode, I'm going to keep saying that, this bonus, this big bonus, is just to support Pastor Battle's It Is Written series that he's done. This has been anticipated for some time now, so I'm excited about it. What about you?
Yeah, most definitely. Even just from that first series or the first lesson that he did, I was so much to unpack, so much to cover. Yeah. But typically when we start these episodes, we have
I was getting to know you. We about to. I got a question. Man. He had something different scripted out for us, but God spoke to me, and so I wanted to ask this question. And we kind of talked about it last week, but I didn't ask it in this way.
Okay.
What is the last thing that you watched? Whether it be on anything that you watched that inspired you.
The last thing that I watched that inspired me. Remember the Titans?
Really? When's the last time you watched it? You haven't watched anything recently that inspired you?
But, when it comes to different movies that I appreciate and I can watch over and over again. So more recently, I saw like a clip somebody posted on Instagram, especially coming around the Super Bowl and stuff like that. And so just those moments where Denzel Washington is rallying his team and some of the principles that he's trying to share with them that not only benefits them for the football season that they're in, but for life. Man, it's something that I usually reference a lot of times throughout the year or even throughout the years. But yeah, so that's something that I've watched recently that really just gave me inspiration.
Okay. I've never seen that movie. I've heard people reference it.
I'm sitting here communicating just the...
No, but that makes me want to watch it. Okay. It inspires me. But, I also noticed that whenever we talk about things like that you like or, inspiration, anything like that, you always reference things around like teams or... Yeah. I don't know. It's like something that has camaraderie around it. I noticed. Yeah. Even some of the past episodes you'll mention
those fall
things like that.
With my... with my strengths, I believe. But I mean, it's invigorating to compete, and again, there are even moments where I'm competing against myself. Like something simple as driving home. Like, okay, hey, yesterday I made it in 15. Can I make it safely?
Yeah, you super
make it
competitive.
Like 14 minutes. So competition is something that I try to utilize in all aspects of my life.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out that movie because you mentioned it. I've never seen it. Yeah, for me, mine was Stan, the Chris Jackson documentary. Well, his name was Chris Jackson. That was Mahmoud. Yeah. And it's on Showtime. Okay. And his story was so inspiring to me, just like the things that he's been able to overcome and just how the league did him wrong. I'm like, they need to line up and apologize to him. Yeah. But it's just every shortcoming would appear to be a shortcoming that he had. He was able to overcome it and actually become one of the greats. And he even in a documentary, they had some of the greats speaking about about how great he was and how he inspired them. And he's done. I'm always fascinated by people who are able to like master themselves, be a master of themselves, and be very disciplined in what they say and what they eat and how they act. And like, I think it takes a lot to be that person. And so I finished that documentary feeling like so inspired. Like, yeah.
Wow, that's what's up. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. I know you have mentioned it before.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, with you sharing that, that's gonna be my next thing.
And it's great because he tells his own story.
That's what's up.
So
okay.
Yeah, check it out when you get a chance. Let me if you do watch it. Make sure you like text me or something. Let me know what you thought.
No, I'm not gonna text you.
You ain't gonna watch it neither.
I'm gonna text your husband.
Boy, please.
That's my man. But no, all seriousness.
Yes.
We desire communication. If you want to connect with us, just sharing different experiences that you're having, sharing your idea of what's your great movie or something that you reference or go to. How can they connect with us, Selikka?
They can connect with us on IG at the Village Group Chat. We are going to make sure that we really try to reach out to you guys, stay connected with you guys throughout this next season, throughout this series that we're doing now. So, and you can connect with me personally at No Ordinary Mom, no_ordinary_mom.
And mine is simple. Mike J. Rogers. That's with a D. Mike J. Rogers 1. We're looking forward to connecting with you guys.
Yeah. All right. So let's hop into this series. It's so good.
And Pastor Battle, I know he began a new series. It is written.
It is written.
Just the power of writing down vision, and he kind of began the series focusing on really just the vision that God has given all of us or some of us, or even just exploring it. And so in context, he referenced a passage from Habakkuk 2, and he really broke down these 6 different areas or observations that he's made when it came to Habakkuk and his experience. And so I'm just going to highlight some of them, then we can kind of come back and unpack them. He said that the first thing that he shared with us, his observation, the environment for where we receive vision is while seeking God in solitude. So basically, there should be a level of solitude when we're seeking vision, when we're looking for God's vision. Something else, the genesis of a vision is a problem. The revelation of a vision is a solution. Something else he encouraged, write it down. A written vision creates momentum. Then vision requires patience. And I know kind of just flew through that, kind of set context, and hopefully trigger or some memories for people who've already seen the series and connected. But let's go back and kind of unpack that first one. The environment for where we receive vision is while seeking God in solitude.
Yeah. Have you had that experience before?
Yeah. I definitely remember moments where I've had to isolate myself from so many different distractions, just to better connect with what is it that God is calling me to do. I remember I have so many different experiences where and for me, I'm not so quick to say, hey man, God revealed this or is calling to me. Again, not no knock against anybody else, but just how I'm wired. When I feel like something God has given to me, I first just want to, be in solitude, think about it a little bit, wrestle with it. All right, hey, ask questions to him, with him, and commune and connect with him. And so, I can definitely empathize with what he shared with that first point.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, do you have a place you go to like a meeting with God every day or often, or
Now I don't physically have a place, but I know some people do, like prayer closet, and I'm in no way typically it's I just like the solitude and the silence, like, where I know and sometimes I have my headphones on just so that my focus and my attention is on what I'm either listening to or really either what I'm reflecting on.
Yeah, mine is when I'm working out. Whenever I work out is like the time that it'll be times where I wake up in the morning and I'm like, because I pray a lot. Yeah. And I'll wake up in the morning and I want to pray just like thanking God for my day. But then I normally work out right after I drop my kids off at school. Yeah. So when I drop them off, I will intentionally like wait till I'm about to work out and I'll use that time to talk to God and just try to like really hear from him. But I think that a lot of people, I don't believe I'm alone in this. Sometimes when you get, visions or desires, or you think you hear from God, it's like you're not sure, is that God or is it just me, my selfish desire for something? And so I think that that's why it's so important when he said to seek God in solitude. When you're by yourself and you're alone, you kind of can cast out all the other noise and only hear from him. And I feel like that's when you get your confirmation. Yeah, it gives you that ability, that time to unpack it. Now, was this something that I'm naturally desiring? Yeah. And not, I guess the argument isn't right or wrong. Yeah. But is this coming from me, or is this something that was laid on me in my connection and my relationship with him? Yeah, I've had 2 times in my life that I heard God's voice like audibly to me, and it was just like such confirmation, and I wasn't afraid or anything. But in both of those times, it was during prayer. Wow. Yeah, and again, the role that I serve in as pastor, I'm not quick to say that God spoke. I've also there have been. And now I have other moments where God has shown up and I believe this is him. It was something that was done, but where I've audibly heard his voice, I'm the same way. Like maybe like 3 moments. There are some three moments in my life where I was so overwhelmed, and then I've audibly heard something. It was definitely God that communicated this, and it brought all of the comfort and peace in the world. You get peace, and you no longer worry about it. Each time I felt peace about it. Yeah. So I think that's important to make sure that you get some time to yourself, get some time to God. I mean, with God, like carved out time. Yeah. And don't just think that he's just going to, he might speak to people on the fly too. Who knows? But that's real. But having that time, even to share your heart with God, like when you sharing what it is that, is paining you, like what's disturbing you. Like, I feel like God, you're opening up the door for him to speak to you. Yeah, that kind of dives into that next point one, that Pastor Battle was saying. The genesis of a vision is typically a problem. I know there have been plenty of moments where I've been, just going through life, and then I see a problem, then I'm moved by it. Yeah. And I believe it was Bill Hybels who called it like a holy discontent when our frustrations align with something that God is frustrated about, and not just to move, just automatically move, but genuinely being able to say, you know what, that does frustrate me. Yeah, that's not right. It's not encouraging. It's hurtful to many people, and so that's what he used with the term "holy discontent." And he referenced Popeye. I've stood all I stood, and I can't stand this stuff no more. I have to address this. Yeah. What's something that disturbs you? Like, I'm sure you got plenty of things like throughout your life, but do you have something that's like immediate? It's just like a pain point with you, and it's something that you are actively working on to make a difference in this world or in your family and your life. Just the way church has historically treated children. That's something that has always pained me. We don't fully understand the value that they bring to our lives. And then we're not skilled enough to create programming that reaches them where they are, that helps them grow and helps them move and really be able to embrace how God has created them. That is something that frustrates the mess out of me. Whenever I see it, again, it's not perfect, but when us as an organization, us as a ministry, God, the unified body of Christ, are mistreating children. And that leads into mine. You already know, we talk enough to, my pain point is how society treats children. Like, I really believe in childism, and it frustrates me so bad when people think that they don't have to treat children with respect because they are children, or they treat them like less than. And people will like argue about why children need to be, you need to, like, it's like it's placed in our minds or something, or in society, that children are born bad and we need to correct it. We need to, we need to discipline them. We need all of those things. We do have responsibility as caregivers, as parents, as leaders, but it's just the way society treats children like is a pain point for me. And so I'm constantly like learning and growing and trying to make a difference within every circle that I'm a part of. Like, we do family ministry within my own family. I'm not this one person sharing it, preaching this out in public and then going home and cussing my kids out. Like,
the model.
That would be my pain point. And so everything that I do is like to try to push the narrative forward to like just respect people, respect kids, treat them with, just be a good human being. Treat children right.
Yeah. And some of what you were saying ties into his next point. The revelation of vision is a solution. Pastor Battle was talking about how God showed me what I could do to address it. And there was a statement that he said that that I'm thinking about and still resonating with me even to this day. Solutions address the problem, or should address a problem. He said, passion is a gear you have that makes you willing to suffer for it.
Yeah, it keeps you up at night.
Yeah.
And when you, if anybody ever has the question, what am I passionate about? What is that thing that's keeping you up at night? When you see it, when you hear it, it grinds your gears. Like, you can't stop thinking about a solution to fix it.
Yeah. You said that. Yeah, that grinds my gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real. And for those who are or kind of like experiencing or in that phase, I would say just being aware, paying attention to your feelings about a particular area or something that you may see. And for some, it could be homelessness.
Yeah.
For others, it could be how the school system, or for other individuals, it could be like being an advocate for social justice, health. So many different directions or areas.
Yeah. And I think you start out by thinking, what can you do individually to contribute to the solution of whatever that problem is?
Yeah.
And when Pastor Battle talked about his when he started Zion, what his problem was, he had an issue with like how long church was, how you had to dress when you go to church.
I think 5 hours.
Yeah, the people, the message being relative to, relatable to the people that he was trying to reach. He was able to actually sit down and say, okay, I can create a church where you can come as you are. That solved one of his problems. I wanted to preach a message for 60 minutes. That was another solution. And then lastly, he said, he wanted to make the message relative. Relatable, practical. You got these three tips, these 6 tips.
Like, and be able to,
and it aligns with the Bible, what God says.
And I remember, nothing against like historical Black churches. I remember growing up in the church, like being in service. Oh my goodness, it would be in service all day, literally forever. And I'm appreciative, and I respect the organization or the ministry that I came up under, but I'm grateful for Zion Church. Like my children come to Zion Church Extreme, That
was one of the things that got me.
Go ahead,
Yeah, I was agreeing with you. That's those things, the come as you are, the 60 minutes. We have an amazing children's church. All of those things are what brought me to Zion Church, 16, 17 years ago.
Yeah. That's real.
Yep.
Okay, so something else that he recommended to us is once we've, experienced that problem or even potentially having that solution, next thing he encourages us to do, write it down.
Write it down.
The most important part of this series, that's something I know he's going to spend most of his time. He coined the series. It is written. We have to write this thing down. And when I mean write it down, there's definitely time and place when you should carve out time in your schedule. But the beauty of like technology and the phones that we have, like taking notes to yourself. I actually text myself. I I'll text myself just different things to help trigger or help remind me. Then I'll go back and look at those things.
Yeah, and he was saying during the first part is that's one of the important things. It's not always just about like dreaming. It's about being able to have a reference point. Like, what do I stand on? What is it? These things are. They help you remember the goal, remember the dream, remember the vision. Like whatever it is, it's helping you to do that. So that's why you should write it down. I used to be reluctant to write things down, not like notes and things. I was reluctant to write down my thoughts and my...
Could you unpack that a little bit? Because I know there are some other people who I'm sure...
I was afraid of people finding it, for one thing, or reading it, and I didn't get them permission to read, like know that part of me. And then the other thing was, I think I was afraid to dream big. I really seek like what God wants for me. Like, could I really see myself even where I am now? Like, you know, even career wise, like I couldn't have dreamt it myself. Or maybe I did, and I was afraid to dream that big, write that vision now. But now I know that there's power in that. Because when I first got this job, even I wasn't in this role, I have wrote on a sticky note, these are the things that are going to happen. And I even put a date attached to it. And I tell you, God honored that.
Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing. So I mean, even just from that experience, that shows just the importance of jotting down, because our lives are so busy at times, moving from place to place. It's easy to forget things, but having some form of accountability by writing it down does keep you accountable to what you've written.
Yeah, and knowing that nothing is too big for God. Like, he knows our like deepest desires, and it's not like treating him like he's a genie or anything, but it's just kind of like, be bold enough to write it, to like speak it, tell him. He already knows anyway. Tell him what you want, and then you're able to reference that. You're able to reference what you have written down. He had you maybe can get some context around it, but I remember him mentioning during the message that every time that Jesus was tempted by the devil, he would say, "It is written." He would reference it, and
it showed also that Jesus, he was God. He is God still, but he has some points of reference. Being able to pull on what you've been spending time with, meditating on, reflecting on, that does give you strength and the ability to navigate some of those challenges that pop up, some of those threats that are from an enemy. Satan is our enemy. He wants to do anything possible to steal, kill, and destroy the hope and dreams that God has empowered us with. And so he understands and realizes what we fall victim to. So the Bible is one of the greatest tools that we have, and so we're really doing ourselves a disservice if we're not spending time with it daily. And my goodness, how far technology has emerged has given us so many different ways to experience the Bible and to dive deeper into His Word. But we gotta do it. We gotta do it.
Did you write anything down since the message on Sunday?
It's funny that we are doing this message, because at the beginning of each year, I want to be intentional about really writing out my vision for myself, for my personal, professional vision, but then also for my family. And so my wife and I, we carve out time on a quarterly basis to meet about those things. We talk about it, we discuss it. I want to make sure that we're aligned. There's so many different things that can create distraction, but the beauty of being in a relationship is having a form of accountability.
Damar and I do the same thing at the top of the year. We talk about the things that we want for our relationship, and we talk about things that we want for like our family dynamic and things we really want to just pour more energy into. And it's helpful. It helps us to stay aligned with, like, always remembering what the vision is, what the goal is, and knowing that we play a part in like making it come true, so to speak. I don't know if I feel like that's like whimsical when I say making it come true, but we play a role. We play a role in what our family looks like and what our marriage looks like, and professionally, what are we willing to do to make that their vision come to pass.
Yeah, and y'all do something that, that I've tried to steal. And, y'all date consistently.
Oh yeah. Married, but still dating forever. That's just ingrained, and it's part of the foundation of just our relationship. So it's carried over and served us well. Like we'll be married 13 years in May, and it's
Wow.
good.
Yeah. Was that something? I mean, because we are talking about vision when y'all initially were beginning your relationship. Was that something that you had to write out or talk about, or really just be intentional about creating?
No, I think when we were dating, it was to spend less time because we were celibate for those 3 years, those long 3 years.
Gotcha.
And so we would try to do things that were outside of the house, outside of, this way we weren't being tempted to do anything else. So we were constantly doing stuff. The entire time we were like courting and dating and engaged, and now it's the same way in our marriage.
Yeah.
So it was for a purpose. But now we just don't want to be celibate no more. Praise him.
Hey, man, my God.
Sorry, this is a family. This is a family show. But I also wanted to point people in the direction. Oh no, you know what? We can wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Back because there's one more thing.
Yes.
Vision requires patience, and that's what. There are moments when we're so excited to move forward. And I know I fall victim to that too. Like receiving a vision and mapping it out and moving a little too quickly. But his final point was it requires patience. It may not be the right time. It may not be the right season. You may not be in a great environment.
Yep.
So just being patient.
And that's what I was about to say, man. When he said, it's no reason to be bored while you waiting. You got plenty you could be doing. He might maybe God hasn't connected you with the right person in your path. Yeah. Maybe it's things you need to work on. Maybe you need to get your money up. Maybe you need, you know what I'm saying? It's so many things that you could be doing in the meantime while you're waiting. But I know that I will be the first to say that being patient is not, my number one strength is activated. So I'm constantly, sometimes it's to my detriment because I'm constantly moving. I want to see results all the time. I'm excited about the next thing. But I think as I've grown and matured, like you gotta like pump your brakes. You gotta chill.
I think that's the beauty of the team that we've able to, because you
would tell me and you would tell me hit the brakes quick.
And not to say it's never going to happen, but okay, let's unpack some things. Your wiring encourages me. Hey, we've unpacked it enough. Let's get it moving. Because I will find different ways. Have we considered?
Yeah, maybe next year. You'll say 2024. That's something we definitely can do. I'm like, nah, Mike. Next month, we doing this.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of alignment.
But it works out because there are times that you need to pause and there are times you need to move. Pastor Elwood taught me that it's a time and place for everything. Sometimes now is the time, and sometimes you just gotta wait for God.
That's good. This has been good, this conversation, and we're hoping and praying to continue to support with the series that he's doing. We would love for you guys to connect with us, and so prior to us concluding this episode, I guess.
What's your takeaway? What do you want to leave people with?
Oh man, I had so many. But one of the things that I've done recently and I found value in, you've heard of like a vision board, kind of like mapping out the larger schemes. I know Pastor Battle actually mentioned it.
Yeah, I think he's going to unpack it a little bit more.
I'm looking forward to it. But that's something I've done in the past. I just want to make sure that we are focused on capturing our vision, writing it down.
They got digital vision boards now too.
Like just getting connected. Like I will pay money to get connected and exposed to somebody who's quote unquote not a professional but an expert, and a lady who we've had on our podcast before, Michelle McKinney.
Oh yeah.
Passionate about Michelle.
Dreams Unleashed. Now we've had a couple of guests. I didn't know who you were talking about.
I'm just saying because
Michelle is my girl. First of all, Dreams Unleashed. Look her up on IG. Yes. Anyway, but she's a perfect person to connect with to help you unpack some things.
Yeah. So that's would be my encouragement to all. Really carve out. You have to be intentional about carving out that time to unpack your vision, then strategically approaching it.
Yeah. My takeaway would just be dream big, think big, even if something seems just like crazy. And I'm not talking about, when I say dream big, I'm not talking about just like monetary. I'm not talking any other. I'm just saying like whatever that little thing is in your heart, like don't be afraid to write it down, pray about it to God, share with him because he knows already anyway. But just like partner with him to see how you can make that thing come to life. And I wanted to point people in, because this is a village group chat, point people in a direction of the content that we've created on zionchurch.org. If you click on the family ministries tab, we have content there, and it's a devotional that I did this one. I created this one, What's at the Core, and it really walks you through how to create it's a vision board, so to speak, but it's a mission statement and creed for your family. So you're able to come together with your family and really talk about those things that you want your family to stand for. We have a say so in what our family dynamic looks like, and this is just a perfect activity to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's good.
It's called What's at the Core.
What's at the Core. You can find it. Give us.
If you go to zionchurch.org and then you click on the Family Ministries tab, you'll see something that says family group studies. I'm sorry. Yeah, you'll see family group studies, and you'll see a list of all different topics. If you go to What's at the Core, and you can check out the other things, of course, but if you go to What's at the Core, you'll see just a great devotional for you to walk through with your family and just create your own vision for your family.
Yeah, and then we definitely want to connect with them.
Yes.
If you have some challenges or questions, or maybe of some of the things that we've shared today, or even just some of the things that Pastor Battle, I genuinely value the community, the relationships that we've built and that we've continued to hold on to. How would they be able to connect with us?
You can email us at villagegroupchat@gmail.com or hit us up on IG at The Village Group Chat. And I'm no_ordinary_mom on IG, and you can tell one more time where to find you. If for some reason somebody's looking for you.
The lack of my goodness. Y'all see what I got put up?
Come on, you're Mike J. Rogers. Come on.
Mike J. Rogers 1. Now we're looking forward to connecting with all of our listeners.
We are.
I'm hearing from them too.
But I want y'all to put in the comment section, what's your vision? What's something that you are believing for God to do? No vision is too big, too small. And what are you doing to execute that vision? Yeah. Please share it in the comments under this post. We'll make a post for this, and
Most definitely.
I'm excited. I'm excited for next week when we unpack part 2.
What he drops with us on this Sunday, I'm looking forward to it. And looking forward to connecting and talking with you. Yeah. Part of our village. Yeah. My wife and I village. And just even you guys too. So, until next time.
Until next time. See you next week.
Have a good one.
Bye, guys.